YouTubers, Mike Martin's here, Mike Martin's channel. Thanks for joining me. Happy Friday to everybody. This article is from a few days ago. BC planning to mandatory vaccination registration at schools by September, says health minister. If they push this through, I'm going to have to homeschool my kids. And I told you guys, people get the measles, the mumps, people get that stuff at appropriate ages, okay? And not properly vaccinating and vaccinating children against this might screw up a lot of things in them. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I don't know anything. I can't even read. But you know what? I'm only going to vaccinate my kids when Obama, former president of the United States, vaccinated his. Because he never vaccinated his children. So when he vaccinates his kids, I'll vaccinate mine. So what's going on here? Guys, I'd like to know, am I going to have to homeschool my children? The recent measles outbreak... So what? People get measles all the time. And it's a natural... kind of a vaccine. It's a natural kind of immunity that goes through them when they get them, and then their body fights it off, and they get it naturally. You know what? I got chicken pox when I was 19 years old. I had to call into work and say, hi, boss. Yeah, you're not gonna believe this. What's wrong? I got chicken pox. It's like, no, you don't. Come to work. Okay, I went to work. 3 other people got chicken pox. I told them I had chicken pox. They told me to come into work, but I kind of want to throw this out there because it's very important. Am I going to have to start homeschooling my kids? That's the question. BC Health Minister Adrian Dix says the province will require parents to register their children's immunization records at school by fall, with all students in both public and private schools required to provide proof of immunization against measles and other diseases. Pressure has been mounting for the provincial government to act after a recent measles outbreak in Vancouver. An online petition has more than 43,000 signatures calling for mandatory vaccines in BC with medical exemptions. Okay, guys, so if there's a medical exemption, you don't have to take the vaccine. But here's the problem. If your kids are vaccinated, they're protected. What do they have to worry if someone else doesn't have it? They don't have to worry. They shouldn't worry because they're vaccinated. We need to take serious actions, Dick said. What we need to do is go forward with the system that ensure that nobody is not immunized because they forgot. British Columbia Chief Medical Officer Dr. Bonnie Henry, it's all the same to me, has recommended the province move towards mandatory registration. All students will have to show their vaccination records at school. Exemptions will exist for children who cannot receive vaccines due to medical reasons. If a parent does not want a child to receive immunization because of philosophical reasons, Dick said they would have to go through a process. They would have to go through a process to state that. So, yeah, I'm just going to homeschool my kids. And then when it gets bad enough, we're just going to outside. Goodbye, Canada. You find more people to come and pay taxes. You're going to be surprised at how many don't pay tax that come in here. I want to be really methodical about this. We have seen a dramatic increase over the last couple of weeks in immunization rates. We are seeing a real impact on the ground, he said. We need to make sure the protocols are in place. Recently, British Columbia has seen a substantial uptick in the number of people who have been vaccinated, as 13 cases of measles have been reported so far in the outgoing outbreak in Vancouver. The main goal of the vaccination registration is to provide education to parents and about vaccines and how they have been proven successful in eradicating diseases. My recommendation is that there should be some steps. For example, if you have a medical exemption or medical reason that you cannot be immunized, then that needs to be certified by a physician, and I would suggest to review by a public health official in your area, Henry says. If you have philosophical reason, then yes, I do think there needs to be an education process. So they want to send us through a re-education process. Look, I'll do it when Obama vaccinates his kids, like legitimately. If he does, I'll vaccinate my kids. Hand to God, I'll do it. Whether that's taking a module or having structured discussion with a either medical health officer to designate, and then official form signed saying you recognize the risk of immunizing your child. Okay, and another thing is, I'll immunize my child if I could sue the vaccine companies if something happens to my kid. They actually passed a law a few years ago where you cannot sue the vaccination companies in Canada. I think it's in the U.S. too. I'm not sure, guys. I don't know a lot about vaccines because I'm not immunized. Neither are my children, and I get a cold once every 2-3 years. There are no jurisdictions in Canada that require vaccination for students. Dick says the previous government considered registration for students and decided not to go forward. British Columbia has made measles outbreaks before, including 343 reports causes in 2014 and 87 cases in 2010. Dick says following the Fraser Valley outbreak, the area had one of the highest rates of immunization in the province without any policy changes. I think we need to make long-term changes which include where we are succeeding and where we are not, Dick said. There are areas in the province where immunization rates are higher, in areas they are not. So, here's the problem, guys. It's not that I'm anti-vaccine. I don't think they have proof that they work. I think they have a really tough time proving that these vaccines really work. And I'm not immunizing my child. I'm reading this story because it's affecting me, and it's an article that's out there. So if they want to flag my channel for this, they can. But we're living in inhumane times anyway. Who cares? But what I want to say is no. I mean, until they could prove and show us statistics that they actually work, like they work. You're not just immunizing them for the sake of just doing it, because everybody's system and molecular structure is completely different. Some people could tolerate more things than others, and I'm just not for that. I'm not using my children as like guinea pigs in some sort of weird experiments. That's just me, guys. That's my opinion. Other people believe in it, or other people think that it's a great thing. I just don't. If they don't, if then I'm gonna have to homeschool my children. I'm gonna have to get a lawyer, and we're gonna have to figure out how to pay my property tax on my house, because I'm paying taxes willfully because I'm sending my kids to school this September. Now we got to figure something out on how to cut back on that, because you know what? Why am I paying for other kids' schools? You know what I'm saying? Just throw that out there and see what happens. Let me know what you guys think. I'd like to know. I'm kind of mad about this, so let me know. Comment below. Thank you for watching.